Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Some interesting news for consumers this week from Power of the Elements, with online retailer Tier 0 Games providing a message to customers over their Twitter apologizing for not being able to keep up with demand for the Power of the Elements pre-orders of both Tearlaments and Sprite cores. Reportedly, Power of the Elements has drawn more attention to their site than any Black Friday or anniversary sales before this, just to tell you how big of a set this is expected to be for the game, at least in terms of people buying the product. Still, even with the lack of product, I'm personally going to give them a huge kudos for limiting future core purchases to one per customer, and also having the best deal in terms of pre-sale prices. With their copies of Sprite Blue going for $54 American per copy compared to TCG players gouging of players with theirs going on the market price of $97. No, it makes sense because you gotta give them money. Fuck you, dude. Give them the money. It's worth it. I get it. It makes sense. Fuck the consumer. Really though, this ultimately earns Tier 0 Games the coveted and very much real award of nice from all of us here at the Update. I know where my money will be going from now on whenever I can, and hopefully you can also get a cheaper copy than $100 per copy of Sprite Blue, because my god. Also in Power of the Elements news, it seems that there were some production quality control faults with the set, with reports coming in from players of lines being creased in or dented into some of their cards, and even in some cases, what appears to be extreme fading of the color over entire sections of cards. I'm not sure how often these sorts of errors or misprints or whatever you want to call them are appearing on cards, but be wary when buying product, and make sure you keep an eye on those TCG player near mints that might be arriving in your near future. In new card news, the Darkworld structure deck has had its last piece of new support revealed, capping off what has been a very solid wave of support for a very annoying deck. Darkworld Punishment, a counter trap that negates and destroys the normal or special summon of a monster while you have a fiend in hand, and will require you to then discard the fiend as part of its effect. Even more ways to proc their effects, and a card to search when going first for more disruption. And best of all, it also has the graveyard effect of banishing itself in place of a Darkworld monster or monsters you control being destroyed. Why not give the counter trap more utility and use by having it get a graveyard effect? It worked great for Orcust, it'll work great for Grapha. For fans of competitive play, the regional qualifiers for the Power of the Elements season start this weekend, with chances to win playmats or special deck boxes. Check out Konami North America's FAQ page for where and when they might be happening near you, and get ready for what might be your first taste of a long-standing and very much stronger meta than what we've been dealing with. In Master Duel news, it was a big one, with Konami finally adding a casual matchmaking only 8 months after the game released. Better late than never. A win's a win, coats. That's what we say here on the Update. I personally cannot wait to queue into casual and run into all of the same top meta threats anyways, before logging on to twitter.com to hear people bitch about exactly that. The future is bright, folks. There was also first bits of news from the Duelist Cup event in Master Duel, giving players a chance to level up their Duelist level, I believe is what DLV stands for, with a max level of 20. You can also unlock special tickets to win unspecified rewards, and once you reach level 20, you go on to stage 2 as you aim to become a top duelist, or aim to bully everyone ever by playing a deck of only Floodgates and hate for all of the top decks. Whichever title you'd prefer. In other news, the game is bringing a bunch of new aesthetics for players to enjoy, from new mates including Kageto Kage of all cards, and more importantly, Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. If you aren't aware, Trish is bae, and also it's still 2014 in my heart, goddammit, I can call a Yu-Gi-Oh card bae. Other notable things include new icons, including everyone's favorite monster, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, new dual fields, and sleeves that feature Abyss Megalo, which, if you can't tell by my channel's profile picture, has me pretty damn excited to waste gems on things that do not matter, so that my sleeves can look different when I lose. It's worth the money. In community news, oh boy, apparently there was drama between super serious, definitely official Judgment, Konami certified, officially no cap, all facts, no printer, distant coder, and Decade, Duel Links personified in YouTube form. Due to a video literally titled How to Legally Cheat in Master Duel, explaining a situation in Master Duel where it isn't clear which effect of Fateful Adventure is being used, and then saying how you could replicate it outside of Master Duel. Coder then made a video explaining that this was not legal to do in the TCG, and what ultimately followed was a series of events best summed up as 20-something YouTubers being on Twitter. Yes, it was a waste of everyone's time entirely, and I don't care to go more into it. The key thing that I've taken away from this is that there is apparently yet another civil war in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and it's between Master Duel and I guess Duel Link players and TCG players. As if we didn't have enough divides between the competitive and casual crowds, the Farfa viewers and high school graduates, and the endless stans or haters of the Max C debate. The real moral of this story is the same as it is every single week that I'm on the internet. Twitter is a blight to our society. Other than that, I don't have anything for you. Instead, I've got this image. Yeah, go ahead. Start gathering. And so that'll wrap it up for this week's update. As always, I'm your host, Craig Fee, and make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for next week's updates, and so you too can be a true duelist.